This is the fourth tutorial for the PowerPoint series for the Tenderloin Technology Lab. I'm now going to go through how to create a design or a background for your entire slideshow. So my first step is to go up here to my Design tab on my menu bar, and you'll see after you've clicked on the Design tab, in the middle there are a whole bunch of themes for PowerPoint. Now my suggestion for these themes is, we haven't done it in this particular tutorial, but I would suggest choosing a theme or design before you do your PowerPoint presentation or you do all your text, because some of the formatting is very specific for the slideshow. So once you choose your design, after you've done all your slideshow, you may have to go back and change stuff manually. So it'd be easier if you just started off with a theme to begin with. So to choose a theme, I just scroll through again my options until I find one I like, and without clicking on them, if you scroll through them, it shows you a little preview of what it's going to look like on my slideshow. If you single left click on whichever theme you want, it's going to apply the entire theme to the whole slideshow. But if you just want to apply it to one particular slide, you want to right click on the theme, and you can either choose apply to all slides or apply to selected slides. So we're going to just choose apply to selected slides, and it will just choose that background for that particular slideshow and not the rest of my slides as well. I can also create transitions between my slides. It's very easy. I just single click. I'm going to start with my first slide. So again, I scroll over to my first slide on my slideshow left-hand pane, and I click up to where it says transitions on my menu bar. Now transitions are transitioning between different slides. So in order to preview them, right here in the middle of under your transition tab are all the different transitions. So I scroll through, and what I want to do is I just want to single click on a transition, and it will give me a preview of what the transition is going to look like. So go ahead and click on a few transitions to see which ones you like. And then once you decide which transition you want, you single left click on it, and you know that transition has been applied to the slide, because here in my slideshow pane, right underneath my number 1, there's a little star, which means an animation has been inserted into my slide. So I'm going to do the same thing with my second slide, but I have to click or select my second slide first. So I'm going to single click on the left-hand pane to my second slide, and I'm going to choose another transition for that particular slide by single left clicking on the transition in the menu bar. And the last one, I'm going to single click again on my third slide and choose a transition as well by single left clicking on that particular transition. The last thing I'm going to go through in this particular tutorial are animations. The difference between transitions and animations: transitions are transitions between the entire slide, how one slide is going to move to the next. Animations are animating each individual item on your slide. So let me show you. Here on the left-hand side, I'm going to select go back to my first slide. And what I mean by each individual object is I can choose to animate my text box, my 2 text boxes, and my picture as well. My first step to animating my objects is to click inside each individual object. So I'm going to start here with my first slide, my first text box. So I single click in that particular text box, and I know I'm working inside of that text box because the border comes up. And then I click up here to animations in my menu bar. Once again, here in the middle of this menu bar is an animation pane. I'm going to expand this entire animation because I'm going to show you the different type of animations. So we have 3 different animations. We have an entrance, an emphasis, and an exit. The entrance animations are going to bring in the object with a particular animation. That means when you're going through your slideshow, you're going to have to hit your enter key for each of these animations if they have an entrance animation to bring that object in. My emphasis animations are going to just emphasize that text object or that picture while it's on the slide. So, for example, when I'm playing my slideshow and it's on that particular slide, those objects will all show up but I hit my enter key and it will emphasize that particular object by either pulsating it, spinning it, etc., etc. My last set of animations are my exit animations. What this means, it's going to appear on your slide when you scroll to that slide when you're doing your presentation. And then when you hit your enter key, it's going to exit out of your slide, but it will be there initially when you enter into your slide. So I'm going to choose just entrance animations for each of my objects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one animation by single left clicking, and it gives me a preview of what that's going to look like. I then want to click onto my next object I want to animate. So first step to do animations is to single click on the object that you want to animate. So I'm going to click on my picture and I'm going to choose another animation by single left clicking on that animation. I then am going to go to my last text object, single click in my text box, and I'm going to single click on an animation for that particular text box. And that is how you add animations to your slideshow.